Hello there, Skyquick here from Bioza Games, and we're gonna have a little look at Navy Field 2. This is a free-to-play game that just came out on Steam. It came out the 5th of March. I'm recording on the 7th of March for you who wish to know. And it's a really good game. Let me tell you a bit what Navy Field 2 is and why I think and you should like it and why I like it so far. Now this, I would like to recap, is not the World of Warships game. It's not even out yet, that game, so this is definitely not the same game. It has a bunch of the same principles, so let's go a bit through them. Now, Navy Field 2 is a free-to-play game, as I've said, and it's really good. It has a really good replayability to it. It's not like I'm feeling, okay, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. There's really a fun element to the game and learning curve. And instead of like in World of Tanks or War Thunder or games such as those that you find, this is a top-down simulated game where you control your ship from top down. Now, I've been playing this for about 4 to 5 hours so far. And I gotta say, it's really good. As you can see, my win rate isn't really good. It's 90%. That's just with my battleship so far. Now, as you might have guessed, I am Germans, as always. Now, let me show you a bit of the UI on the menu, and then we'll do a quick battle and round this episode up. Now, this is basically a bunch of this stuff is what you might have seen it before with War Thunder, Wolf Tanks, and stuff like that. So you got your ship research. Now you can either be the Kriegsmarine German Naval Fleet, Imperial Japanese Navy, the British Empire Fleet, or the American Navy, US Navy. But I'm the Germans, and I've only got this ship so far. I'm a German, so you can either be a battleship, a light cruiser, a destroyer, a submarine, a cruiser, a full-on cruiser, or an aircraft carrier even. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I'm currently trying to get the second battleship that you can get for the Germans, the Moltke. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really good. So let me show you guys a bit the ships that I have. Now this is my battleship. You might think, okay, the textures and stuff like that doesn't seem that good, you know, compared to other games. So, but trust me, when you're in game, you're not going to be worrying about how good the ship looks. And to be honest, it looks actually pretty good. And also, you're going to be under attack quite constantly. You have your rewards, where basically you get your rewards either from the game itself or. And this is a neat mechanic that the game has. For every ship that you sink, you get 1,000 credits, and you work with credits and experience points in the game. So for every ship you sink, you get 1,000 points. I don't know if that's for every ship or your first ship that you sink in every battle. So I'm not so sure about that. Please write in comments below if that is the case. Got your guidebook, your friends list, supply depot, and your store, and of course a fleet. So, and the fleet is basically, you can join a massive fleet where a bunch of people are in already. So this game is really popular so far. Now the store, you can really buy anything. Granted, the ships you can only buy if you've unlocked them. Speaking of unlocked, can I buy? No, can't. But this is a good way to find out how much the ship is and how much you should save up for it. So it's a good summary of what you should do. You can buy aircraft, fighter aircraft, torpedo bombers, dive bombers, and oh, hello, okay. Want to go down with the scroller, but looks like it's not letting me. But as the time goes on, you'll get there. Now I can also buy armor, and now this has a 7-day lasting effect, which also is a kind of nice effect. You can get belt armor, deck armor, bulge armor, bulkhead armor, all that good stuff. You can buy officers. The more officers you have, obviously the better the ship you have, and I'll actually get to that in a minute. Support, this is basically just basic training, medics, and bunch of stuff. I haven't even checked that yet. Premium, if you want to buy a premium account for, say, a day or something like that. Now, your supply depot is where you bought your stuff and you want to equip it, and your officers. Now, your officers, like your main captain dude that I've chosen, such a handsome man, level up. Now, these guys have their own unique abilities, such as this weapons officer. He gets rapid fire, accuracy, and launcher. And they all have their abilities, and such as they rank up, the more the ability grows. So that is a neat function as well. And these guys really can make a difference in your battle scenario. I've seen, especially with the reduces reloading speed, which helps significantly your reload time on your weapons. For especially the battleship's main guns, without these, takes 12.47 seconds, which is a really long time. Now let's get in the battle and show you some of the combat features and the combat mechanics of the game. Now, while that is searching, the game there is some ships that is a bit OP so far. They probably will get patched out and so forth, but overall the ships are relatively in sync with one another, and quite historically actually there's the Bismarck battleship for the Germans that you can unlock at level 9, and it's really good, and a lot of ships actually that you can unlock, which is a really nice feature that they've added. And we're going to enter the battle soon. Now, what I also like is this, where they show you each individual, a bunch of individual ships and submarines every time when you're loading in, so you can get a taste of how big this thing actually looks and seems, and so that's another good feature about it. So far, there aren't that many problems with the game. The only problems are there can be a bug or two here and there, but once again, it's not that big of an issue. And I would also like to state once again that I'm not being paid to say any of this. This is my own free will. I'm just spotlighting this game on my own accord. So I'm just saying these things because I really believe them. So let's get... Alright, now this is my ship, as you can obviously see. Now there are a bunch of ships that are a lot bigger, and these guys have probably spent 4 times as much hours in this game than I have so far. As I said, about 4 or 5 hours in the game so far. Not a lot. So I believe this is the second battleship for the Germans. I'm not sure. But anyway, there is music, but it's quite loud actually, and that's actually the only irritating thing about the game so far. The weapons effects and such is pretty good, but the only problem is the music so far, and that is really loud and it's a bit unfiltered. Not unfiltered. Oh, that works on proximity. Yeah, so torpedoes are the problem. Now, as you can see, it is very fast-paced. This game doesn't allow you to do really quick talk-throughs. Firing. Now, these lines represent your firing lines, and of course you have weapons in the back and weapons in the front. Now, WS is your accelerate and decelerate buttons. A and D is your maneuvering buttons. And basically the rest is controlled with your mouse to pinpoint where you want to fire, how you want to fire. And E is to basically... Alright, let's get a bit closer. Is to make your firing arc real close so that you can get a close firing on him. There we go. None of it will hit. Firing. Now, also be careful because there is friendly fire in this game and they do take health from you. So that is one of the things that you have to be careful about, and be careful not to be shot yourself because it has happened quite a few times. Now, the classes. Now, there's no right way to playing this game. There is a lot of different combat techniques that you can do. You can either be a destroyer or a cruiser, and basically like these guys do hit and run attacks because they're faster than the battleship, so they can do basically wheelies around these guys and just do damage before their weapons can turn around, which is a tactic that has been used on me on several occasions, I might add. And but there is one problem with destroyers and cruisers. If they get a direct fire on them from the main guns of a battleship, oh crap, they get wrecked. So they have good speed and maneuverability, but firepower not as good as the battleships. Or you can go an entirely different route and go a submarine and go stealth with torpedoes, or can go even more turtle-like and do an aircraft carrier style and be support role, which is, I might add, also not a bad idea. It has happened where fighters can be a real pain in the butt. Now, as you can see, I'm not in the combat zone as most of these other guys are. That's because the German battleships have a better range. Well, not the German battleships per se, but the battleships in overall have a better range than the destroyers and cruisers do. So I'm using that range to my advantage to kinda get my attacks on them. Oh, torpedoes, torpedoes, damn, damn. Now, the biggest problem for battleships in this game are torpedoes. They can get away from them sometimes, but most of the time maneuverability is a factor and you can get into some serious trouble if you don't see them in time. Oh, direct hit, nice. Let's get this guy. Oh, come on, firing. And what I like about this game is the tactical abilities, tactical features about it. It's not like most, like World of Tanks, where you just go willy-nilly and just hope you get a kill. It's more tactical. You have to think strategic. Is there a ship here? Are they going to ambush me? Do I have to wait for support? Or what are the factors of, hey, I got a kill, nice. So those are the factors that you need to weigh in. But it is definitely a lot of fun, and for a free-to-play game, it's definitely worth a look. And I just randomly came upon this game and said, well, World of Warships is still a ways out, I believe. I'm not sure when its release date is. If you might, if you know the release date, please let me know in the comments below. But that is still a ways away, and for an alternative to that, this is definitely a really good game. Oh yeah, leveled up and a lot of points, good. As you can hear there, the music gets really loud. But yeah, so that is basically Navy Fuel 2 in a nutshell. So if you want to see more content of Navy Fuel 2 with maybe myself and a few of my compatriots on other YouTube channels, definitely write in the comments below and let me know what you think. And as well, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. It really helps out a great deal. But hope to see you next time, guys. Take care and goodbye.